Last year, I was at the FILO conference in the Chicago area, and I asked some of the best at what they do this question: how has a failure set you up for success later in life? And these are some of their answers. Hi, I'm Dave Dolphin at PracticalWorshipBlog.com, sharing ideas, tips, and practical advice for the everyday worship leader. On this channel, we create videos that help you lead a worship band and be a leader of people. If you haven't already, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next one. Nobody wants to fail, nobody likes to fail, but sometimes failure can be the very thing that helps us to break through and bring success. While I was at the FILO conference last year, I was able to ask some of the best at what they do this question: how has a failure set you up for success later in life? And these are some of their answers.
For me, failure is part of life. And I guess there's two kinds of failures. Maybe there's more, but I'm thinking of two right now. There's the kind that happen because I'm lazy or I don't care. And then there's the kind of failure that happens because I'm trying something new, I'm stretching myself, I'm learning something new. And so for me, without failure, if I think back on the list is so long, it's impossible to talk about each one, but I've failed so many times. And yeah, in the moment I don't like it, but they've all led to, okay, don't ever do that again. Or if I tweak it this way, now it will be better. I mean, my whole story as a technical artist is about going from failure to failure and just not repeating them.
My first year at Crosspoint, I wanted to do the most epic Easter service ever, and I created the best Good Friday service and then executed it on Easter Sunday. And one is really dark and the other should be really celebratory. And I definitely brought the darkness on Easter Sunday. So I pretty much almost ruined Easter. I realized that if I took that big of a chance on our biggest day and I didn't get fired for it, that my organization really did want me to take chances and try things. And so it gave me a courage and a freedom to take chances as I grew.
Being able to learn from your mistakes is the most critical part of finding success as far as I'm concerned. If I can't learn from my mistakes, if I can't learn from my failure and be okay with the word fail, for a lot of years, a lot of us, we don't let the word fail or failure be in our vocabulary. It's an F word and you just don't say it, right? So if you can come to grips with that and go, failure is imminent. It's going to happen because God created us as humans, and things just aren't going to work right. You have to get okay with that, but the key is try not to do the same fail twice. Learn from it. Maybe you failed out of your ignorance. Okay, once you failed and aren't ignorant about it anymore, learn from it. It is the biggest teacher.
Whenever, in the context of a production world, whenever we're doing a large event, the first thing that we do after the event is write down what we call postmortem notes. So that whenever I go into the next year's event that is really similar, the first thing I do before we start talking about any new stuff is learn from the lessons of the past.
We've had a few things bad happen here at FILO that hopefully nobody's noticed, but if we don't talk about them, like, hey, we just can't make the same mistake again. I mean, it's happened, we learn from it, well, let's learn from it. If we're not learning from the failure, then we're not getting better. So
when I have teams or I see other churches or people that I work with have a fail, we acknowledge it, make note of it, and go, you know what the best thing about today is? What? That you get to go do the same thing again the very next service. It starts in 30 minutes. Hope you don't do it again. The very best teacher in the universe is failure. I think failure is just one more reason for us to get it right. The day that I started getting okay with my shortcomings, and we'll just say the F word, my failures, was the day that I started learning far more from my experience than I'd ever thought possible.
Now, this is just one of many videos that I shot while I was at FILO. There's an entire playlist of all those videos right over here. And for more information on FILO 2020, check out the link in the description below.